Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I'm here today to review a movie called Lone Wolf. Now, what happened was Thursday night I did a live stream, and I got some really great people, including someone named Rootman69, and he asked me if I could review Lone Wolf. I said, well, okay, if I can find it. And he said it was on Amazon, and it was free on Amazon if you have Amazon Prime. And I said, okay, I will. And then he gave me a $10 super chat, so I definitely will. So this is like a sponsored video from Rootman69. I want to thank you very much. Generous donation and suggesting this movie. I started watching on Thursday night, and then like halfway through it was getting late, and I had to get up early Friday morning, so I paused and I finished watching it Friday night, and I'm doing the video review now, and then I'll post it for Saturday at noon, you know. And I went on Amazon Prime, I watched it, and first of all it said Flash, it was made by Flash Pictures in association with Prism Home Entertainment. Now, back in the 80s, there were lots of really cool video companies, and Prism was one of them, and they had a great opening. Some of these video companies have like great opening titles to their company. And Prism had one of the best ones, along with like Magnetic Video, Vestron. Vestron had two, but I think their original one was the best one. Because Vestron got really big for its britches, started making theatrical movies. And then eventually they went bankrupt. I actually saw one at the theater, Waxwork. And I had a chance to see Midnight Crossing in Germany, but I never got a chance to see it. And then The Unholy came out when I was still in the Army. I would probably want to see it in the theater if I could have, but it didn't happen. I ended up seeing that in Germany later on, Ned Beatty and stuff like that. That was a good movie, but you don't hear anything about The Unholy. That movie they did. Well, anyways, like I said, that's they were associated with Prism Entertainment by '88, and that's when Prism was getting a little bit big. Because some of these smaller video companies started to get big, like media started getting like real movies and stuff like that. And like I said, Vestron was doing like their home theatrical movies, and actually Prism actually did a movie associated with Paramount Pictures, because Paramount had to deal with Full Moon, if anyone remembers that. And some other independent that did a movie called American Angels that was released on Paramount Video, and that was like a female wrestling movie that was R-rated. Now this was on Prism, but in association with Paramount, I'm pretty sure. And it was Cheerleader Camp, a horror movie, which the first time I saw it, I didn't like it, and then after I saw it a second time, I loved it. And I saw it like a third time and maybe a fourth time. It had adult film star Terry Weigel in it, a small role. And this movie, Lone Wolf, I was pleased to find out it was shot on video. And I was going to do, after like Tales of Quadras, and I was going to do a video about the shot on video horror films I've seen back then. Now, they still do shot on video movies now, but it's not the same thing. Because I have like a small camera with an SD card, and I can film a video like that. Back then, it was like usually shot with a VHS camcorder for the VHS market. Now it's like all digital and stuff like that. It's not the same thing. It was more special back in the 80s. And you could actually rent movies shot on video back then. It was really cool. I mean, because, you know, in a lot of the horror films, like that, Chester Turner did two low-budget Tales of Quadras, Dead Zone, and super low-budget, which I didn't find out about until I saw Gesture Tracking. Black Devil Doll from Hell, I did see a little bit of that on YouTube. I forgot about it. After I saw Gesture Tracking, I said I should probably review this for a video. But he was really low-budget. But, I mean, this movie, Lone Wolf, had some decent production value. You could hear all the dialogue, so that helps. So, werewolf movie. And I want to, along with Rumi, dedicate Queenie Todd, whose birthday was this month. She said it was like a werewolf month or something like that, because she likes werewolf movies. And my dad, who hates horror films, usually did like werewolf movies. I think the last one we saw was Cursed, because that played again on the Wes Craven movie. Is more of a comedy, played on what the hell did, on Stars or something like that. I think I saw with Dad. Oh, no. The last one I saw with Dad was Wolf Cop. I didn't see the second one yet. When Wolf Cop was on Netflix. I think that was the last one I saw with Dad. couple weeks before he passed away. Well, anyways, Lone Wolf, the werewolf movie, and usually they didn't show the werewolf too much. You usually saw him like in silhouette or something like that. Usually you see an up close of the face. It was like animatronic, which they did pretty good, and like the hands. And then you saw him, he was in like an outfit or something like that. And you didn't really see him that much. And you know, someone would be out and he'd go like rawr, and that'd be it, and he'd be dead. But usually it was weird because the focus was about these kids at this high school, and the kids looked like they're all 35. I mean, they didn't look like you're in high. I thought it was like, when they said school, I thought they meant college, but they didn't say anything about that. It looked like a high school to me, so these must be high school kids. Looked like 35, almost 40, especially this one guy. And this one guy was in, member of this band. And I never knew what the name of the band was. I looked at the credit. They showed who did the songs. It was called Tykes, so I'm assuming that the band is called Tykes in the movie, even though it's not explained. And the lead singer, it looks like this really like a spaced out, very bizarre Rick Springfield type. And it was kind of like a hair metal type band, and the songs were okay. They weren't like super heavy, like very radio friendly, you know. And you know, and they talk about, you know, the werewolf kind of, but most of it's about the kids in the school. It's kind of unfocused. And then they talk about the first murder like about 30 minutes in, and it's like they kind of ignore the other stuff going on with the werewolf. The werewolf is kind of like in the background for a while. It's mostly about these, I say kids, these adults in the high school. You know what I mean? And they had a scene with a teacher, and the teacher looked about as old as the kids did. And it's very entertaining, though. I really enjoyed it. But it's just like so unfocused. You know what I mean? If it would have, the last 25 minutes, there's like, they started showing some practical effects of just a face changing into a werewolf, and they had a practical effect a little later on, but right around that point, like the 25-minute mark, it's like an hour and 29 minutes. At the 25 minutes, the last 25 minutes, it started to focus, and it got really good specialist stuff in the school. If it would have had that focus for the whole movie, it would have been awesome. But, I mean, it's still very entertaining and watchable. It, like, exists in a bizarre universe or something like that. You can hear all the dialogue, so that helps. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Oh, that's cool. Like I said, it was no boarding house. I love boarding house. But, I mean, Tom, we were talking about that on there. I said, like, he said, what do you think of it? I said, I only saw half it so far. It was different. And he said, yeah, it was so cheesy and so 80s. It was cheesy, but, I mean, it had decent production values for shot on video film. Because you see the Chester Turner film, and there's no production value in that. With bad audio, you can barely hear what they're saying and stuff. But this one was pretty good. Like I said, 7.5 out of 10. I hope you like this review. Rootman69, thank you for the generous donation. Now let's talk about movies shot on video. I talked about Boarding House. I first heard about that. I don't know when we got VCR, but I remember growing up, Sunday morning sneak previews was on. I found about sneak previews way back. They used to rerun it like in the Wednesday afternoon. I remember coming home from school in 5th grade, I believe it was, because this happened in 1980. And turned on PBS, and all of a sudden they had a movie review show. It was all like, it was like the one Women in Danger, and they were talking bad about the slasher films. And that's when I first saw Sneak Preview. I thought, I gotta see the show. I didn't know when it was on. I found it was on, well, that Wednesday or whatever it was at 3 in the afternoon, a rebroadcast, and then it was on like Sunday morning at 10:30 or 11 o'clock. I can't remember. And at the end, they had the Dogs of the Week, which usually horror films, sometimes like sexploitation or whatever. And that's like I said, I gotta see these movies. That's how I found out about a lot of the horror films. Now, I found about Boarding House was Siskel and Ebert left sneak previews, and then they were replaced with Jeffrey Lyons and Michael Medved. And I guess they had that Boarding House and the Dogs of the Week because Boarding House was the first movie shot on VHS that that was shown theatrically. Believe it or not, as low budget as it was. Not around here, but badly in California, whatever. And they actually reviewed that on. They had on a Dog Week, and it said the tagline is, "If the rent don't kill you, then something else will." Yeah, I saw that way later on Paragon Home Video, and they actually have like a big. With Paragon Home Video, they had like a trailer of a whole bunch of movies, like their most popular ones, I guess. And Boarding House was the very first one, and I remember renting it. Very entertaining. I love the movie, and then I saw it once or twice when we rented it originally, and then in Fort Detrick, Maryland, I saw it and I made a copy of it. I've seen it a few times after that. It's a very entertaining film. That's like one of my favorite ones. And I've seen other shot on video movies, like talking about theatrical runs. They had talked about Mr. Mike's Mondo video was actually like shot on a time when Saturday Night Live was not on, but it was rejected by the censor saying it was too offensive for TV. And then I guess New Line bought it and actually showed it in theaters. But this was one movie that was intentionally shot on video that went to theatrical run. That was different. That was a TV show. And a lot of people walked out. I heard a lot of people walked out Mr. Mike's Mondo video. It's not very good. And then someone said that he was barely anyone ever stayed to watch the whole thing. It's only like an hour and 10 minutes. But I'm getting off track. That wasn't a horror film. It was a bad comedy. I remember I actually reviewed it for the channel because I rented it a while back. Now, other movies I remember seeing are... Now, I'm probably going to miss a lot of these. Like I said, that one, there was... United Home Entertainment did a lot of them. I remember seeing Revenge with John Carradine and David Carradine. And now I think someone had a listing of like over 500 movies that were shot on video back then. Like you said, they're shot on video now, but it's not the same thing. It's all digital. United Home, I did Revenge with... I didn't consider it a horror film, but it was listed in the horror section. John Carradine and David Carradine were in that. They had Tom Savini as the Ripper, which I found out on YouTube. I haven't seen that in ages. I wouldn't mind seeing that again. Forever Evil, they did that, which I saw in Germany with my buddy Jeff Moscone. We both enjoyed the movie. It's very ambitious. Mad Rod's Previews from Hell. I rented that. That's still on Netflix. And that was from Lansdowne, PA. Yeah, I'm friends with the guy who started it, Ron. What's his name? No, Nick Pazloff, I think his name is, who's a ventriloquist. He had like this zombie dummy. And basically they went to this theater that was filled with zombies, and they showed trailers for horror films, which is very similar to Zombie-thon that Wizard Video did, which was like, but they did like, it was like a silent film of like one girl and these zombies with a little comedic interchange between their zombie films. That was different too. And that was the very first time I ever set foot inside a Blockbuster Video, because they had that thing. Because I was against Blockbuster Video because they didn't rent. At the time, I usually went to mom and pop place because they rent everything, including the adult, mostly sometimes adult films. But they had like a policy they want to have adult films or NC-17 or anything like that, but they would. I don't even think they had unrated. They might have said unrated. They were very limited on what they censored too much. That's why it wasn't too big. Now I don't care. Because I did go to Blockbuster several times when it was in Edinburgh next to Walmart. And I would love to go to Oregon and go to last Blockbuster Video. That'd make a great video for my channel. So along with that was Zombie-thon. There was some other ones I've seen. There was a science fiction one. I can't remember the name of it. Trying to think of some other ones I saw. Oh, Splatter, the Architects of Fear. That was really good. That was like a behind the scenes of makeup effects and stuff. That was a good one that was shot on video. There was a whole bunch of them. It's hard to remember all of them. There's tons of ones I haven't seen. There's so many out there. And then after Germany, in Fort Detrick, I finally saw Truth or Dare Critical Madness, which was awesome. I saw Wicked Games, too, which was like another Truth or Dare, which was terrible. But Wicked Games was really good. I saw Killing Spree by the same director. Those are two great movies right there. Some other movies I saw in the '90s, that early '90s, that from Camp Video, were Video Violence and Video Violence 2, which I saw. I read Video Violence a long time ago, which I really enjoyed. And when it had some disturbing scenes in it. Video Violence 2 was shot more like a game show type thing. It was really good, though. I saw it on YouTube. I don't think it's... I think I'd probably took it off YouTube by now. Terror on Tape. That was one Continental Video did that Cameron Mitchell hosted. I looked at it. I can't find it on YouTube anymore. There's little clips of it, but not the whole movie like they had before. And it was like clips of other movies. That was a really good one, like Mad Ron's Previews from Hell. But it was just involved horror films from Continental's movie lineup. Just like Zombie-thon focused from the meager zombie films from Wizard Video. Let's see, what else? Those two, like I said, with Video Violence and Video Violence 2, there was also Blood Cult from United Home Video, which I saw later on in the 90s. And then I saw Sledgehammer, not the TV show or the song Sledgehammer, the made-on-video movie Sledgehammer. I reviewed that for the channel. That was a really boring movie. That's still on YouTube, but I thought that was a boring one. Some other ones like Violent Shit 2. Violent Shit 3, that might have been just shot on regular digital. And Greg Lamerson's Slime City, I actually met the director when we went to see Killer Rack, the premiere of that at Erie Horror Fest, a midnight showing of that. And I actually got to shake the director's hand after the movie was over with. I like Snow Shark too, that he directed. What else was? Well, I saw Death Row Diner on YouTube. That was from Camp Video 2, which was terrible. Even though I liked the trailer, I remember seeing originally. There was like Cannibal Hooker. What was it? Cannibal Hookers that Fred Little Ray did. I liked that one. Or maybe that was shot in a film. I can't remember. Gourmet Zombie Chef from Hell, which was pretty good. But so many movies, and there's tons I have not seen. There's so many out there. Oh, Redneck Zombies. I remember seeing the original one that was on Transworld Entertainment. That was censored. That was an R-rated version. It had almost no gore in it. And I saw a picture, like a really gruesome picture in Fangoria. It's like, that wasn't in the movie. And I found that Troma has an uncut version of it. I didn't rent that till years later, and then they had it on DVD with a soundtrack, and that's completely different and very gruesome and really awesome. The R-rated one was good too, but this one is so much better. So much better. And there's so many other ones. I probably haven't scratched the surface of these movies, but I want to do a video about that. I mean, talking about Adjust Your Track. If you have a chance, that's a great documentary. There was another one called VHS Lives or something like that, which had interviewed with Lloyd Kaufman and Phil Anselmo. But that was just interviews, and that was like almost 3 hours long. With the Adjust Your Track with a tight 96, 98 minutes. That's the one to see. There's lots of other movies shot on video. I might have forgotten some of them. But, I mean, you pretty much get the gist. There were probably other ones out there, but I only seen so many. And then the Guinea Pig series from Japan, filmed in the 80s, and those were, I've seen some of those. I didn't see all of them, because some of them I heard weren't very good. I've seen the most gruesome ones. And then they were banned because of a copycat killer, I think. And then I think they said Charlie Sheen, I asked some people and they said this was true. Charlie Sheen actually called the FBI about the flyer Flesh and Blood and said it was a real stuff film. You know it was not. That was part of urban legend, but I guess I asked Dave Maggot and he said it was true. So I don't know. So I guess it's true. But I hope you like this video review of Lone Wolf from my buddy Rootman69, and also I dedicate also to Queenie Todd because it's a real film, Lone Wolf, and also a thing about shot on video horror films. And the one sci-fi film, I can't remember the heck what the name of it was. And they had like horrible horror hosted by Zachary, which was a horror movie host. And then I remember seeing that, and then getting that on video, Good Time Home Video, back in when I was in Fort Detrick in '88, and then I saw it's on Amazon Prime, like almost like a 2.5 hour version, which is like a special edition, which had more footage that was apparently cut out of the hour and 40-minute one, which I thought was long enough, but they made it like almost 2 hours and 40 minutes. They made it really long, and that was great too. I was glad I was able to see the uncut version. So I hope you liked this video review. And until next time, everybody, please take care, my legion.